Ho, ho, ho!
I'm Andrew.
I'm Dennis, and we are surrounded by boxes.
'Tis the season.
Yes, we've been ordering everything online, but we just found out that our apartment building doesn't recycle.
It's
Shame.
horrible.
Terrible.
So we're going to try to use as many boxes as we can and make some Christmas crafts for our apartment.
Here we go.
For our first project, we wanted to create an old-looking vintage Christmas box. We're obsessed with those old vintage boxes for ornaments and decorations, so why not make our own? So essentially what we're doing here is turning a box of Christmas lights inside out. Because it was the first time we were making this craft, we couldn't really negotiate in our minds how we wanted to create it, but we knew that we wanted the sides to fold down inside to cover up the writing of the box.
Then it dawned on us that it really doesn't matter because we're going to be filling the box with Christmas tchotchkes and some greenery.
We added tons of hot glue to just put everything back together. Then once our box was fully reconstructed, it was time to dress it up.
And we did that by adding some red acrylic paint. We found the brightest we could find, and we painted the outside, we painted the inside.
We painted all the sides.
All the sides.
It's Christmas! The cat was no help for this project, but he always likes to watch us craft.
And to make the box look wooden, we used a Sharpie and drew a line down the middle for slats, and then drew on some nails, just little dots.
We only did this on the 3 sides that you were going to see, so once we finished the front, we did it on one side, repeated the same process, and did it on the other side.
If you want to do it on the back, go for it.
Why not? And now it was time to dress it up even more. We used some stamps and an ink pad to spell out Christmas cards, 10 cents each.
Wow, so cheap.
I know, right?
And the great thing about making something vintage is if you mess up a little bit or if it's not perfectly straight, that's okay. It adds to the charm.
We added some black snowflakes, and then we let that sit overnight to dry. Once it was dry, we added some white snowflakes on top, just to give it more dimension.
Once those were dry, for our final step, to give it a really vintage feel, we used a little bit of sandpaper and lightly sanded down the box.
Oh, I love you, Oh, that box! Where'd you get that box?
Oh, thank you. It's been in the family for years. My Aunt Barbara gave it to me.
Oh, Aunt Barbara, oh, that is great.
Beautiful. What's Christmas without Christmas trees? Next, we're making simple embroidered cardboard Christmas trees.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
I can't. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is cut out a simple triangle tree. And I'm just making a little fancy trunk.
It's all about that base, honey. Before we started embroidering, we marked out where we were going to punch our holes using a pencil.
Yeah, and we really didn't know what we were doing when we were trying this, so we're just playing around with it. Take a nail and just poke it through from the back. And the reason you want to do this is because it's going to pucker when you poke it. So then we're actually going to take that same nail and go through again, but from the front. There we go.
Yes, we're even passing it all the way through.
Yeah, you want that hole really big because the yarn is pretty thick.
Right, and you don't want to get your yarn in a tangle.
Yeah, no. Again, I didn't know what I was doing, so I was just trying things out. Connect the dots, la la la. Alright, as you can see, I found my pattern. And there are even some holes that I put in there that I'm actually not going to use. I regret it, but you actually can't really see it when it's all done. With just a a little bit of white yarn. Just a teeny detail. It really completes the look. Am I gonna go here? Am I gonna go there?
Once our tree was completed, we turned it around and cut off any excess and tied off the back, and then we added a triangle base to the back of the tree as a stand. Aw, look at the tree.
Who wants Baileys?
And staying on brand, we want to create some gift tags and ornaments out of some axe clip art.
So we taped it down and we're using a craft knife to just cut it out.
We really want to take our time with this because we wanted to look as clean as possible, so we didn't use too much pressure as we were cutting.
Oh, you can just clean it up as you go.
And now it was time to add some paint. We painted the handle and the top of the axe brown, and then they have this awesome silver metallic paint that we used for the axe.
So realistic. Alright, and now that that's all dry, we used some red twine and we wrapped it around the handle just for some added detail.
And also use that same twine to add a little hoop on the top of the axe. For our final festive flourish, we added a plaid Christmas tree that we actually took off of a miniature clothespin. Timber!
And for our last craft, we're going to show you one of our favorite hacks. We're going to hide our clutter with some plaid backing.
Yes, it's so easy. All you have to do is cut the piece of cardboard to fit whatever shelf you're putting it on, and then wrap it with some wrapping paper.
It's that simple.
Yes, sometimes we even use fabric for this. And not only does it look super cute, it hides all your stuff.
No mess.
No stress.
Here's our shelfie. We lined the bottom with some cardstock and added some lights.
And we just want to apologize to our cat because he actually was super adorable and super cute the whole process. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!